She hands this to me and she says, I'm gonna get you some gloves. And I go, what?
Welcome to a brand new video where today we're checking out the best food and drinks Toronto has to offer. Because today we're at the Toronto Food and Drink Festival, kicking off episode 1 of the food series on this channel where we investigate what it means to eat Canadian.
This is everything you want in a butter tart.
And surprise, it's not only poutine and butter tarts, there is so much more.
Get our dish nice and prepped.
Which is exactly why we're here to discover what unique foods and flavors exactly you can expect when you're visiting Canada before we dive deeper into the series.
It's called the Niagara Falls for a reason. Welcome to a brand new video. We are at the Toronto Food and Drink Festival trying all of the best brands, restaurants, chef-created inspirations, and delicious eats that this city has to offer, and indirectly the country. A lot of the times, Canadian food is kind of wrapped up into a ton of different international cuisines, and that is exactly why we're here, because whether if you're local to the city of Toronto or someone new checking out Canada, I want this video to help you understand what the best food is that this country has to offer, and there are tons of options here. I am so excited. So with that, let's jump on in and try our first dish. All right, now the first stop on today's list is the Daily Dumpling. This is a local dumpling shop in Toronto that specializes in handmade Shanghainese dumplings. I'm so excited to try this because last year there was a massive line, and lucky for us, we got here early and we were the first ones. Looks good. Thank you so much. Come on. All right, so these are the dumplings. Look how good this looks. We've gone with the classic with a ginger soy sauce. Curious how hot these are gonna be. I'm like a little worried about burning myself. That's actually really good. The reason why this is so good is because the chilies on top of the ginger soy sauce are fantastic. You get a little bit of spiciness mixed with like a nice tang from the ginger, and then the onions that they put on it really balance it out. Honestly, phenomenal. All right, number 2 on our list is We Burger. This is an incredible local Canadian burger company that has been in business for a year and a half, but makes everything on their burgers. And they also do hot dogs with Canadian ingredients, and they're about to bring out something for us to try. Thank you. This looks amazing. This one is called the Germany. I cannot wait to try this. All right, this looks like a mess, hard to grab, but usually that's what means it's gonna be really good, right? So let's see how this goes. That's really good. Could you tell me a little bit about the sort of Canadian aspect of the ingredients?
G-dog is gourmet dog. It's just a joke because most of people say it's hot dog, but it's not hot dog. It's a lot more than that, right? Try to bring like high gastronomy side sandwiches, even the G-dog and the burgers. So everything is completely different. The ingredients that you use, I'm not saying that's the best, but it's another level experience, I think. So everything that is inside the sandwich like comes from a Canada supplier. I don't have anything from outside the country. And also all the burgers comes with a city name, right? So, and there is a reason for that. For example, we have the Hey Montreal that comes with pepper jelly and fried camembert cheese. Camembert is a French cheese. So, in Montreal, they speak French. That's why the name. So, it's very nice because we bring high gastronomy and also we learn and teach about the country. So, it's very nice.
She hands this to me and she says, I'm gonna get you some gloves. And I go, what? It's called the Niagara Falls for a reason. All right, and that's why we found a separate seating area, because we got to get prepared here, apparently. I'm kind of shocked that they actually don't have bits, because it's going to get all over the mics. What are we supposed to do? All right, let's see how this works. Oh my gosh. That is crazy. She said it's called Niagara Falls, inspired by the region, and I guess the fondue is supposed to be the water of Niagara Falls. If you like queso or like cheesy sort of nachos, this burger is such an interesting mix. You've got this layer of cheese with a delicious beef patty from Albertan grown cattle. Definitely worth a stop at your next food festival.
That's a good time. Have it inside, support locals.
All right, now as we were filming that, I can't even tell you how flavorful that was, but as we were filming that, we were invited to another dumpling booth. They saw us testing them in the beginning, so we're gonna go check that out. All right, and on the way, we've gotten stopped at the Mexican house. And of course, we naturally had to get some chicken tacos. All right, so the Mexican house is a really cool restaurant. They are berry-based, and they're on a mission to bring Mexican food to Canada. Judging by the quality of what these tacos and what they're serving looks like, I am very excited for these. Now, of course, you can't eat a taco without a little bit of lime. So we gotta get that lime juice on there. Get our dish nice and prepped. Now these are soft shell tacos, so there's a bit of a time limit on these. Let's see how these go. That is delicious. Somehow they managed to keep the chicken still with a good amount of moisture, and the flavor of the seasonings that they use are so good. Next time I'm up in Mary, this is definitely on the list. So I'm here with Landa. We're at TC Tibetan Momo, and I'd love for you to share your story of starting this business, and then we can get into the Canadian side.
No problem. My wife has started her business back in 2012, and she started her business, a community garden in Artscape at Wheatwood Burn. So there's a Tibetan community garden where she started as a volunteer, and gradually she's making a Momo as a part-time.
Amazing.
And then she got into it because she loves cooking food. So that's how she gets started her career, yeah. Now we are in a bunch of farmers market. You won't miss her.
How did you go about sourcing your ingredients?
Oh, we use the local ingredients. Like in summer, we have access to all the farmers.
Okay.
Like being in a farmer's market, there's a mandatory that certain percentage of our ingredient has to be from farmers.
Okay.
Like 60 to 70. So might as well doing all those things. Plus, on top of that, we're using organic flours.
Okay.
Like you pay a little bit more money, but you're getting the real food.
All right, so we've got the Momos. I saw Momo in my eye, and I was like, we are doing this now. It is just so delicious. I'm so excited for these. So we've got a little bit of pickled onions on top with some hot sauce and some soy sauce. Now, he told me to one bite these and see how it tastes. I had the beef one. The beef was phenomenal. All right, so Mixology Matt's made me a gorgeous cocktail. Can you tell me a little bit about how you got started in mixology, and then let's get into this drink and some of the other ones you have here at the show.
Great question. So I started my mixology journey during COVID. All the bars closed. I brought the bar home, fell in love with the art of making drinks, and here we are a couple years later. The drink you have right now is a Baltic Sea Sour. It is got a lot of cumin. It's fresh. It's very unique. You're not gonna have a cocktail like this one before.
All right, I cannot wait to give this a taste.
And it's using, of course, our Finlandia vodka here.
That's good. Never expect cumin and dill to go together, but it just worked. I noticed though you also have some sort of Canadian-inspired cocktails here at the show, obviously.
Of course. So one of the biggest ones that I like to use is I work with a local juice company. They make a lot of my mixes for me, and their raspberry refresher is one of the best drinks to have. It's my best seller for today. Promise you're gonna love this one.
I cannot wait. That is so good. Check out Mixology Matt if you're looking for a local Toronto mixologist. It's 100% worth it.
And next up on the list is something that's gaining particular attention and popularity here in Toronto, and I'm sure across Canada at this point. Hey Mom Onigiri is on a mission to make onigiri a new staple Japanese food, and they recently started doing pop-up services. So when I saw them at the Toronto Food and Drink Show, I knew I had to check them out.
All right, so for our order, we've got the Yutsu salmon, we've got the beef, and we got a mochi with a little strawberry on top. I'm so excited for these because I've never actually had fresh onigiri. And this is like one of the first opportunities to have it besides it being like packaged up. So let's give this a taste. All right, so fold this up. I'm always making a mess. The Yutsu on top of that salmon is so good. The reason why I wanted to try this is because it's definitely one of the more unique things that are available at the Food and Drink Festival, but it is something that has become so popular here in Toronto and is definitely worth giving a taste. So we've had our food, we've managed to get our drinks, and now it's time for some dessert, and I'm thinking we should get something quintessentially Canadian, like some butter tarts. All right, so we found our butter tarts. Would you mind telling us a bit about yourself and how you started?
Well, I started this when I was 20 years old. Essentially, I owned a cafe in Mississauga.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I absolutely loved it. We had a great community. Every day was a blessing, honestly. But it got to a point where I hit 23 and I was like, I want to travel because I was working 18, 19-hour days. So I ended up selling it, and now we do festivals full time.
Oh.
And actually, my husband's Polish and I'm Caribbean. So we do like fusion food, but we also do Canadian food because we're both born in Canada.
Okay.
So it's a bit of both.
That explains why there's butter tarts and Polish donuts.
That's right. And we got Caribbean pineapple tart.
Oh,
I know.
We'd have to try that.
There you go.
This festival, we're seeing foods from all over the world, and we're slowly realizing that a lot of things are Canadian food.
Well, you know what? It's like butter tarts are such a staple in Canada that you have your butter tart lovers, you know, that were born and raised in Canada. But you also have people that have just moved here, people that are traveling here. And they're like, oh my God, I've never had a butter tart. I'm lucky enough to have won 3 awards for our butter tart. Yeah.
I knew already.
You know what? I never tell people to, but like...
It's on the website.
Yeah, everyone's like, you need to say it. So we just got signs that said award winning. So you know what? We worked hard for it. It took us years to perfect the recipe. So you know what? I'm proud of it.
Cool.
Right?
I can't wait to try them. I've heard they're incredible. We are going to start with the butter tarts because we know what a good butter tart tastes like, and I have a good feeling about these. This is a good butter tart. This is everything you want in a butter tart, 10 out of 10. Now, next up, this came highly recommended, which was the pineapple tart. I have never had one of these in my entire life. I love fruit tarts. I'm used to like blueberry, raspberry. This is so new and delicious. Like this is, like you've never had something, like I've never had something like this. This is really, really good. Now for our last stop of the day, I want to give a shout out to a local Canadian cookie company. They are 100% Canadian owned and operated. Started in 1985 in Montreal. This cookie company is now operating in Markham, Ontario, and serves some of the most delicious cookies that you can find in the GTA. Let's go check them out. Can I grab a lemon kiss? Sure. And oatmeal chocolate. You can't go wrong with oatmeal chocolate. I was gonna go oatmeal raisin, but awesome, thank you. Yes, I did. I said I would, so had to come. All right, bringing us to the last item of today's video. I am so excited to try these. I'm a sucker for lemon. I'm sure the oatmeal chocolate's still gonna be good, but this lemon cookie, come on. This is a chewy cookie filled with lemon flavor. It is exactly what I want to end today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got a few ideas. If you didn't notice, Canadian food is food from all over the world, and it is here in Toronto, and I'm so thankful for it. So with that, thanks for watching. I hope to see you all in the next one. This is video number 1 of the food series I'll be starting on this channel.